Hi, and welcome to Psychic Today. I'm your host, Jill Roberts, and do we have a great show for you? Now, it's June 2nd. We've all been self sheltering for many, many days now, in 2 months, and we're all kind of pent up, have this excess energy and fear and worry about every aspect of our lives. And last Monday, the horrific incident with George Floyd happened, and it sparked a lot of underlying um, police brutality and racism and just outrage. And of course, I stand with the protesters. This is a horrible thing to have happened, and it's scary. It's scary for everybody, but it's especially scary for African Americans. For hundreds of years, they've been dealt a terrible hand by this country. And I don't want to get into politics, and I don't want to get into my opinion because, frankly, you're not even asking for it. But I pray for the soul of George Floyd, and may this invoke some change in our society, in our government, because we have the choice to focus on changing legislation to stop police brutality, to stop all the underlying racism and negative emotions. And as Americans, we all have a duty to do this. So today, I would like to talk about two stones that are for comfort and for dealing with being scared. Now, whether you're scared, I'm sure you're scared for millions of reasons, but this terrible tragedy has brought up everything to the surface. And I thought maybe today is a good time to talk about ways we can combat this anxiety, this stress, and try and get us back to a new normal, but mentally trying to get through this. So, coming up, I will be talking about two different stones. One is called the amulet stone, and another is Andalusite. So, if you hang on, I'll be right back with amulet stone. Okay, and welcome back to Psychic Today. Again, I'm Jill Roberts, your host, and I know I talk about stones a lot, but they are not just useful tools. I do use them in all of my services, but they're healing therapy as well. So I'm not this crazy stone lady, but I do absolutely love what the earth has given us. And I'm very connected to earth. And I think that's where a lot of us need to come back to root ourselves to Gaia, to transmute the negative emotion and the anxiety and the fear and have it come back up as pure divine light. So, some keywords for amulet stone are comfort and well being, harmony with the earth, and feeling at home in one's body. And you may think, what the hell is she talking about? But I will get to that. The element is earth, and the chakras that it is associated with is, of course, the root chakra And with the root, it's a very strong connection to the physical and earth. Um, the second chakra, which is the sexual creative part, the solar plexus, which is the third chakra, and of course, the heart, which is the fourth chakra. Now, amulet stone is a variety of rhyolite found in the area of Mount Hay near Rockhampton in the Australian state of Queensland. It is an intrusive rock and it is dominantly composed of minerals like potassium, feldspar, quartz, and lesser amounts of certain feldspars like mica, hornblende, and other minerals. Its colors can be anywhere from brownish and green. They could have veins of transparency in them. Mine actually has a bit of a beige khaki-ish color, and they're all different. So these stones were formed about 120 million years ago, and they were formed as molten volcanic lava that had cooled, and a shell formed around the trapped gas bubbles. The shell eventually cracked, allowing gases to escape, and the siliceous liquids containing minerals and impurities to enter. Ultimately, the cavity filled in, and the contents, of course, then crystallized. The Australian Aborigines have said to have called these stones Uluru's children, and they were believed to ensure a harmonious relationship among humans and all creatures, nature, and especially the earth. Now, the pulsations from amulet stones are slow compared to lots of other stones, but they are strong and powerful. They penetrate deeply into the body, no matter where they're held. So you don't have to hold it to your solar plexus or your third eye or your crown, because of course stones work with all of your chakras. And the chakras in the physical body, a lot of times, depending on what your need is in crystal healing therapies, we will put stones on the person in certain areas, in certain chakras. It's the same with distance healing. You don't actually have to have the stones on the body. They will work, especially in grid form, geometric patterns, and using the right stones. I've healed so many people, um, you know, remotely by doing distance crystal healing. So it takes a little bit longer. They're slow, but like I said, strong and powerful. And, they penetrate deeply into the body, like I said, no matter if you hold them in your hands or put them wherever. The first adjective that comes to mind is actually friendly. And these stones make excellent allies for the journey of incarnation. Their slow pulsations help one to experience the pleasure of being alive in a body on earth. They can greatly aid one in feeling grounded and at home in the physical world. This is where all of the key word of not feeling home here comes from. They aid in one feeling grounded. They are highly recommended for those who tend to feel uncomfortable or unsafe in this world because they can dispel such feelings and teach one to enjoy the experience of life. And I know that seems almost like an impossibility at this stage and what everybody is going through with the global pandemic and the tragedy of what happened to Mr. Floyd. But we will overcome this. And my heart and my prayers and my thoughts go out to his family. But this stone can teach us to actually enjoy the experience of life. Amulet stones offer a special kind of vibrational protection. It's not that they necessarily repel negativity or create an energetic shield. They simply vibrate so positively that there's no resonance with negative or hostile people or situations. These stones emanate such good natured currents that they can clear a bad mood just by holding them, making one feel so comfortable that fear and stress seem to be long gone and forgotten. And if you have any elementary grade students, you'll need it because the homeschooling is extremely difficult. Um, and I find that it's very hard to get my zen on when I'm dealing with a situation that, of course, I have never dealt with before. But being not only a parent, but a teacher and dealing with my children and arguing. So, this is a great stone, as well as lithium, raw lithium, that can as well calm you down. But this stone can make you feel so just so comfortable. And they're attuned to the natural harmony of the earth. So if you keep one nearby or on you, it can aid in regulating healthy sleep patterns and dispelling bad dreams. They're excellent stones for children since their currents are so stable and comforting. In healing, the effects are slow and steady rather than dramatic. The stones tend to encourage the body to find its own natural equilibrium. And boy, do I need that because right now I have my days and nights mixed up, which is why thus this broadcast is being done at almost 10 after 5 in the morning. But I felt called to do this, so I figured even if I'm tired, let me do this because it's important. Um, they are they are ideal for people who are convalescing after a crisis of an illness or injury, and I highly recommend these stones for those working spiritually to calm instability, anxiety, and/or depression. As the Aborigines believe, amulet stone supports harmonious relationships within the self, as well as with other creatures, nature, and the earth. Amulet stones harmonize with almost all other stones. They can help people adjust more easily to high vibration stones such as azestulite, anandalite, phenakite, herderite, and celestial angel calcite. And I've talked about all of these, so you can look in my back catalog and see what these are about. Their capacity for supporting the body's natural state of well being is augmented by stones such as crimson cuprite and ruby. With moldavite, they increase one's process of positive self transformation. So if you're working on yourself and you have a goal spiritually, this is an amazing stone to work with. In the area of health, they have a natural synergy with healerite, healer's gold, and what that does is it just combines the elements in these other stones to help the body heal. Now, spiritually, amulet stones are helpful in integrating one's spiritual life with one's physical life. They remind us that we're always connected with spirit. Now, emotionally, amulet stones bring comfort to the emotional body, and they are ideal for releasing fear, anxiety, and/or depression. They are uplifting to one's mood and can dispel tension and stress. Physically, they support physical healing on all levels. Their ability to make one feel comfortable and happy provides the ideal conditionings for recovering from illnesses or injuries. And if you're feeling more comfortable, you will have less chances of disease. So, and if you take the word disease and break it apart, it's dis-ease. And that's what makes us vulnerable to other things out there that can make us sick. If you like an affirmation, I can give you one right now. So you can take your amulet stone in your hands. I like to place it to my heart after I introduce myself to the stone and say how the stones, being, and myself can work together and what it's offering me. And if you, that's what I do initially. And then you can do an affirmation. It's great to quiet your mind and all the thoughts that you're having. So, or you can say a prayer, or you can say, just anything that's going to keep your mind off of the thousand thoughts. I need to do this, I have to do that. It quiets the mind completely. So, a great affirmation for amulet is I gratefully accept and embrace my body, myself, and the earth. Again, it's I gratefully accept and embrace my body, myself, and the earth. So I hope you enjoyed Amulet Stone. You can pick an Amulet Stone up from almost anywhere online. I like to use um, Robert Simmons's store. A lot of times, sometimes on Etsy, things will be from his store and people are just reselling it, or it's um, it's a seller that you're not familiar with, and you really want to get something from a reputable dealer in person. So, you can just Google Robert Simmons and his site will come up for you. So I will be right back with Andalusite. Hi, this is Jill Roberts from the show Psychic Today, and I want to talk about Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. Number one, it's free. Number two, there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Number three, Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and so many other different apps and platforms. You can make money from your podcast, and this is a biggie, with no minimum listenership. With so many other podcast creators out there that I've tried, I would only use Anchor. I mean, there's no fee. It's completely free, and everything is at your fingertips. It's everything you need to make in a podcast in one place. So now download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Again, that's Anchor, ANCHOR.FM, or download the Anchor app. And I can't wait to hear your podcast. Welcome back. So now I'm going to talk about Andalusite. Some keywords for Andalusite is cleansing, comforting, protective, retrieving ancient information. The element is storm, and the chakras that it is associated with is the root, which is the first chakra, and the third eye, which is the sixth. Now, a little background on Andalusite. It's an aluminum silicate mineral with a hardness of 7.5 on the Mohs hardness scale. It is named after Andalusia in Spain, where it has been found. Its crystal system is orthorhombic. It forms sometimes in transparent crystals, which then can be cut and faceted into gems. These gems can display varying colors when viewed from different angles. a sign of Andalusite's strong pleochroism. Andalusite is also found in opaque prismatic crystals, which are brown with a black cross caused by carbonaceous inclusions, which can be seen by viewing the crystal in cross-section perpendicular to the prism axis. This special form of Andalusite is also known as chiastolite, and I have these stones. I've taken photographs of these stones, and they will be up on the website for the show, and that's Psychic Today with JillRoberts.com. All one word, Psychic Today with JillRoberts.com. And when you go to the blog, you'll see the pictures of the crystals, and you can then click on or press on, depending on what you're listening to it on, and it will take you directly to this podcast. So if you forgot or you're mixing up amulet and Andalusite, you can always see what it looks like, press it, and it'll take you to this episode. Sometimes we need to hear things more than once. And the ones I have are the brown with the black cross, which is also known as chiastolite. So Andalusite is found in Brazil, Sri Lanka, Canada, Spain, Russia, and of course here in the United States. Now, the vibrations of Andalusite are slower, again, somewhat like amulet stone. They're slower than those of many other crystals and minerals, but they're profoundly powerful and beneficial. These are ancient stones, and they carry in their crystalline structure the very heartbeat of the earth. Again, this is another stone connecting us to Mother Nature, connecting us to Gaia, and getting all that negative emotion and negative feelings down, and anchor yourself, picture it that you're connecting to the core of the earth, and all those negative feelings can be transmuted and then sent back up in pure form. So when these stones are held in hand, you can feel a slow, deep pulsation, which seems somehow very friendly and comforting. Again, these stones are quite similar in that this is an excellent stone for helping sensitive people feel at home and safe here on Earth. It offers psychic protection, grounding, an infusion of life force, and a sense of contentment and well-being. This is just what is needed by so many spiritually aligned people who feel that they don't belong here and they want to return to their quote-unquote home in the higher dimensions. So, of course, our true home is wherever we are and where our hearts reside. Andalusite helps one realize that this world, into which we have all volunteered to incarnate, is a good and nurturing place where one can wholeheartedly enjoy living. I know it doesn't seem like it right now with all the horrific things that are going on, but it will help. Can't hurt, and I don't want to sound like Trump because he was trying to push a drug, but this seriously cannot hurt. There's no downside to working with crystals. The memory of these stones is exceedingly long. Those who work with them in meditation can use them to facilitate and access the Akashic records. There you can read the tale of your own spiritual journey through life after life, as well as the great spiritual histories of this and other planets. Andalusite can be used to strengthen and energize any chakra and to repair holes in the auric field. It carries the etheric pattern of wholeness for the body, especially teeth and skeletal system. The friendliness of this stone makes it ideal for those trying to overcome feelings of loneliness, isolation, depression, anxiety, and various fears. It's recommended as a protection stone for those traveling or working in areas of danger or negativity. So it'd be great for all of our frontline workers and not just the nurses and doctors, which I applaud them for, but people in the grocery store who have to be there, people in the pharmacies that have to be there. They have to go to work while we stay home. And for them, this is a great stone to have for protection. Andalusite works well in combination with Lemurian sea crystals, shaman stones, jet, sugilite, and moldavite. And these are some of my favorite stones. I love Lemurians, and shaman stones are always my favorite go-to. Um, it will also adapt itself to harmonize with almost any other stone and anything you want to hold or wear. The feeling of good natured friendliness and generosity emanating from these stones is remarkable and unique. They are highly, highly recommended. They are excellent stones to use in cleansing your aura. It is a strong storm element energy, grounds high frequency in the physical and energetic bodies, and can rapidly clear blockages from the meridians and the chakras. It's especially stimulating for the lowest and highest chakras, activating the doorway of the crown, enabling one to access higher frequency energy, and the grounding cord at the first chakra, assisting you in manifesting high frequency energies on the earth plane. It can help stimulate the soul star chakra above the head and the earth star chakra below the feet. The activation of these two chakras are critical for manifestation of your higher self in the physical body. Andalusite is a wonderful stone for healers due to its ability to connect one to a constant flow of high frequency energy as it completes a grounding circuit with Earth, ensuring a safe outlet for excess energy. And we all need that. In a sense, this stone allows one to become a lightning rod for light while protecting the nervous system from being energetically overwhelmed. Andalusite's energy guards one against every drain or overextension of one's resources during healing or psychic work. It constantly fills one to overflowing with usable, clear energy. It helps you to open to receive energy from the divine and to direct that energy into form. Though it is not strictly a prosperity stone, it can offer great enhancement in prosperity work, especially in combination with other prosperity stones. Andalusite is an excellent ally for protection. Its ability to bring high frequency energy into the aura can heal energy leaks, holes, or hooks in the vibrational field, which can otherwise leave one open to dense or unaligned energy. So, this includes psychic vampirism, having a negative entity attachment. These are stones that can help heal those leaks and get rid of those hooks and implants. Andalusite stimulates all of the elemental energies in the body, assisting in the healing process. It can help one call upon inner reserves of vitality and strength in order to overcome obstacles or difficulties. Spiritually, Andalusite helps activate the highest chakras, making it easier for one to access the spiritual realm. It assists healers and psychics in maintaining the integrity of their energy fields as they work. This is something that I do because as someone who is channeling for clients, I like to make sure I am fully protected and guarded from any negative entities, negative thoughts, and emotions. Um, the stone enables you to attract light while at the same time protecting your physical and energetic systems from overload. Emotionally, Andalusi can help protect one from psychic attack or energy drain, also known as psychic vampirism. It assists those individuals with weak emotional bodies in replenishing their energies, protecting them for lower vibrations and as well lower vibrational entities. Physically, Andalusite is a general strengthener. It is an excellent quote unquote tonic for anyone who has been ill and may still have a weak vibrational field which needs protection. It works to regulate the nervous system and the energetic field. So it's another slow but steady and connecting to earth, helping us with our fears, our anxieties, and the tragedies that are going on in our lives. And it's just these stones all around are incredible to work with. Even if you just lay there in your bed holding them in your hands, it's incredible what can happen. Even if you fall asleep, you will feel the protection and the connection to earth, and the comfort. It's almost like, your mom giving you a hug, feeling safe and feeling that comfort. It's something us adults don't get to experience too often, especially if we lost our parents. A great affirmation for Andalusite is: the earth is my home in this lifetime, and it feels good to be here. Again, the earth is my home in this lifetime, and it feels good to be here. You say these things over and over and over again, just as well to quiet the mind, to bring that intention in, to connect yourself to Gaia, to connect yourself to humanity. Never mind your physical, subtle, and light bodies, which is, of course, important. But it helps us become empathetic and to really put ourselves in other people's shoes. So I hope you enjoyed and got some great information on things that can help you feel better during this time. We have summer coming up. It's already June. Feels like it was just March. The last 10 weeks have gone by so fast. I am sincerely sending out my thoughts and prayers to all of you who've lost loved ones, whether it be from this global pandemic or from other causes. And my hearts are always with you. And again, go to psychicstodayWithJillRoberts.com. You can the blog is there. Again, you can click on the pictures, and you can also get to my services page if you're interested. Audience members get 25% off any service, even if, let's say, it's a block of one-on-ones with me to learn how to channel or to learn mediumship. But channeling you need for mediumship, so it's kind of redundant to have two classes where you need the channeling. Let's say that's a prerequisite. So you wanted to take that, you still get 25% off that. It is a audience member sale. So when you get in touch, use the code word audience 2020, and I'll know that you're a fan of the show and to give you the discount. Sending you all my love and light, my loves, and have a magnificent day.